Steinberg, and I have an important message that I hope you will help me share. This upcoming Wednesday, May 25th, our Sacramento Republic FC is hosting the San Jose Earthquakes in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. These so-called Earthquakes will be facing an SRFC squad that is 15-1 at home and playing in front of a raucous home crowd led by our Tower Bridge Battalion. I am issuing a direct challenge to San Jose Mayor Sam Liccardo, my friend. Mayor Liccardo, my challenge is this. Should Sac Republic best the Earthquakes on the field, and I firmly believe they will, then you agree to the following. 1, wear a Sac Republic jersey to preside over an entire San Jose City Council meeting. And 2, donate to the Sacramento Republic FC Foundation. Should you accept and the Earthquakes are victorious, which they won't be, then I agree, reluctantly, to the same terms and will wear an Earthquakes jersey and donate to the Quakes Foundation. I look forward to our friendly wager and celebrating a resounding Sac Republic victory. I hope you are prepared, Mayor Liccardo, for just how amazing and energetic Sacramento fans are. May the best team win.
Vamos los Rojos! Let's go, Sacramento!
San Jose Mayor Sam Liccardo and the mayor of the great city of Sacramento, Darrell Steinberg, has bet me that the Sacramento Republic FC will defeat the San Jose Earthquakes in the U.S. Open Cup match coming up Wednesday. Mayor Steinberg, I will take that wager because after all, San Jose Earthquakes are undefeated against Sacramento, and we don't plan on that changing anytime soon. So if your team loses, Darrell, I'm sorry, when it loses, you will be donating to the Quakes Foundation, which is an incredible organization dedicated to ending food insecurity here in our valley, as well as supporting children and youth, particularly through health and fitness. And don't worry, Darrell, I think you'll look great in Earthquakes jersey. Vamos, San Jose!
Well, welcome everyone to State of the Republic Town Hall live show, Sacramento Republic versus San Jose Earthquakes edition. What y'all just saw is a couple of Instagram videos there by the Sacramento and the San Jose mayor as they did a bet, and we sure hope that we see a Sac Republic jersey make its presence somewhere in San Jose on Thursday. So we're really hopeful for that. But let's go ahead and introduce all of our special guests here tonight. Villyan and Bijev will be joining us here in about 15 minutes or so. So stay tuned. We will be having him on here shortly. But first, let me go ahead and introduce, and I'm going to go here in screen order as we have here. Sharon, welcome back on the show. Welcome back on the town hall. We really missed you, and we're glad that you're back here with us on a live show. How's it going? Nope, I'm just kidding. you clicked yourself too.
You know what happens when you give me the controls. I always screw something up, but it feels really good to be back on the podcast and also especially on the live show. Yeah. I've had the cousins in town for a few days, and family's more important than anything else in the world, right? So that was a wonderful bit of time with them. Thank you for welcoming me back, and thank you everybody for tuning in to the State of the Republic podcast live show. We've got some incredible people joining us today. Some of our favorites. One of our just incredible people. I can't wait for you to introduce them, Luis. Let's go.
Let's go, and let's go ahead and start with that too. Let's go over to Zico's number one fan, Tina. Welcome back to a live show.
Hi there. That's hilarious. How's everyone tonight?
We're doing good. Staying away from the heat and hoping it's not too hot tomorrow, but it'll probably still be hot.
They posted something like 78 or 79 degrees at kickoff. They predicted, which I don't know. That seems like a little bit far-fetched when it's supposed to be 103. But
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, hopefully they're right.
It's 92
Okay.
right now, so if that's any indication.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take low 90s over 100. It's a big difference. And next, let's go over to you, William. Welcome back on the show. How's it going?
Hey guys, so everything's good and welcome Tina. Yeah, everything's so great right now. Yeah, I know because the Sacramento weather is so hot right now. So I am here indoors to speaking with you guys.
Yeah, glad to have you on. Thank you. And
Okay.
next, let's go over to Arizona with our co-host Jared. How's it going, man?
Just enjoying the brand new fan that I've had. It's finally working, and I don't know if you even hear it or not. If not, then great. I'm just waiting for tomorrow. Just waiting to get that ESPN Plus fired up, and then also I am working on yet another meme from today's news in the USL, but more on that later.
Yeah, actually, I'll let you mention that right now. Oh, there's an echo again. um, well, if y'all can mute really quick there. I don't know what happened there. But what Jared is saying, and Jared, I'm gonna mute myself too so you can talk about this because I'm sure you're having a blast. It seems like every time I keep checking my screen, like it keeps going up. But just tell us. I'm gonna mute myself. You tell us.
All right. Well, for the what the okay, that's wow. Okay.
Oh my.
I'm
What?
unmuting myself. Jared, I swear to God, we're having like ice cream cake. This is like a monster meal. This is like big time for us to have this much food in front of our face when it comes to a score line like this. Okay, you and me, Jared, you and me. I mean, like we're getting freaking drunk on this.
Okay. Maybe this weekend I may head over to Westgate to celebrate this. I don't know, but I mean, the last time I checked, it was 4-0. Barely into like the 70th, 72nd minute, it was 4-0, and even then, that 4-0 was even before halftime. But now I'm seeing New Mexico has a brace, an own goal by Darnell King from Phoenix.
Whoa.
Phoenix is shooting themselves in the goodies at this point. I mean, they're giving goals away. I mean, I'm definitely gonna be working hard on the next meme about Phoenix here. Will it be okay to post in the FB group? I don't know. There's only one person that knows what I'm talking about ahead of time, and that's going to be Scott Bradford. So stay tuned for my personal social media for that once I'm done working on it. But wow, the wheels have fallen off for Chandler Rising FC. That's all I can say right now. That's clean.
Hey. It says Scott says, unfortunately, have a Phoenix team out with COVID, so not completely accurate score.
That was another thing. I was thinking this game was actually postponed because that's what the USL app said for today, but apparently not.
Yeah, and I was surprised because I thought Phoenix will be doing better, but until New Mexico suddenly pop up in a surprising way. It's just like when you are watching compared to the previous U.S. Open Cup match when Sacramento Republic FC playing against the Portland Timbers U23 team. I was like, what in the world is going on here? More than goals.
The only thing that would have made this sweeter if it was actually in Chandler itself, but they're playing over in New Mexico. But ooh wee.
Do we have any idea when Phoenix started getting COVID? Because they were just in Sacramento.
It had to have been within the past few days. I mean, that's my guess because they played Sacramento on Not this past Wednesday, was it?
I
No,
think
it
that
was the other one.
Yeah, I think that was the other one since
Yeah.
a few weeks
It
ago.
was
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's right, because they played a couple days after I got back from New Jersey. So that's right. So I think Sacramento's in the clear as far as that goes.
Hmm.
Do they do COVID tests before Cup games, or you guys think we're good for
Nor-
tomorrow?
Normally they should. They should normally, because that's part of the health and safety protocols.
Hmm.
I think they've continued to just do them. I could be wrong, but
Yeah, they are.
Wow. Well, yeah, still 7-0. That's I mean, even though they don't have their A team, but 7-0 is still a crazy score.
Hmm.
Yeah. Especially for Phoenix, right? Since Phoenix has always had a couple of good teams, even their B team is not too bad.
Yeah, Darnell King's one of their better stars, though. So I'm wondering what happened on that play. I mean, thankfully, not another James Musa incident. I mean, against the same team.
Hmm.
They got
see.
some familiar names that played against us. Manuel Madrid, former Cruz Azul. They got Anguiano. He was also there, and there might be other ones. I'm sure King, I think, was there as well. But well, there you have it. That's what a way to start the show, right? With the a 7-0 at the moment, right? It might go up as well because there's still
Wouldn't that
all
be
their extra
wonderful
time.
if that was how tomorrow ended up for us? That we were like 7-0 and we all lost the bet, because like maybe I don't know, Dan Casey would score a goal or two, and we would all lose our score prediction, which we'd be happy to if we could get a 7-0 goal line against San Jose.
Yeah, that would make us feel good if we have a pretty good cushion throughout the game.
That would be freaking awesome. Why is Jared below me?
That's just how they put it. I mean,
We're
we-
fixing this. Ha ha ha! I have friends in high places.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about tomorrow's game. And first, I want to start by just sharing with everyone some of the Earthquakes' latest games and what form do they have. I know, Sharon, you talk a lot about form and with teams, and quite often, form actually does make a big difference, right, when it comes to
Confidence.
recent games.
Yep. Form makes a lot of difference in confidence, and when you build up a head of steam, it makes a heck of a lot of difference. So,
and they've been having a pretty good month, right? They've only had one loss against New York City at New York City, and keeping in mind they're the defending champions, but all throughout, they've had a couple of ties, a couple of wins, the epic penalty kick, win against Seattle at Washington.
I watched that, and that was an amazing match. It was an amazing match. Even Tommy Thompson got on the field.
Yeah. And we were just talking yesterday to the Quake fans about Tommy Thompson, and they're saying there's a pretty good chance he's going to be in the starting 11 tomorrow too. So
yeah, we do have some advantages over him. I mean, we have speed over him, and we have height over him. The man is. I don't want to diminish Tommy Thompson's abilities, but I think if we were going to look at player matchup to player matchup, I think we match up really well, and we can match up even probably better in some places and in some cases. But do we know the fitness yet? Has there been anything on an injury report for us so that we can kind of continue to take a look, at how we would match up form wise against San Jose?
Not that I've heard of.
I don't think there is. I mean, if there's anyone that isn't available, it's probably going to be for personal reasons or who knows, but I haven't seen any word yet.
Do we know if Matt LaGrassa has been showing up in any of the training videos? Because sometimes they'll post.
Yeah,
videos.
he is. Yes.
He's been training. Okay.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, that's good.
I think he did. I think he did train since Monday, which
Okay.
I did saw within the seat within the good day.
Okay, cool. So some of their videos, some of their media videos, they've
Yeah, which I did saw it.
Okay, good. That's great.
Yeah. We'll need all those former MLS guys to to be there.
Scott, it doesn't
squad.
matter. The red card won't matter because that was a league game and this is Open Cup. So I think we're fine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Luckily we're good, and they don't count it towards that, because that would be one less.
Yeah, more than likely
Oh, yeah.
it's just going to apply to the game on Saturday against Oakland, but not the Open Cup.
Hmm.
But then whether or not we're going to talk about this later in the podcast, Luis has teed up a question a little bit later of, what we've talked about it individually ourselves, just offline, on a regular podcast of what we think would happen. What should the discipline be? What should coach's discipline be with Dougie? But we'll get to that later, unless Luis, you want to jump on it right now.
Yeah, I think we might be jumping on it right now. By the way, Scott, if you want to hop on, your favorite Villyan, we'll be on here in a couple of minutes. So, but if you can't, then feel free to leave your comments, because I'm sure you got stuff to ask him and give him shout outs and all that. And same goes to everyone else. If you want to leave a comment, Villyan will be on here in a couple of minutes. So I want to ask you guys, because this is what we always ask ourselves, right, on before every game, especially with an Open Cup game. Who do you got in the net? Do you got Carlos or do you have Danny V? Considering, right, we haven't played in a week, but who would you have in this match? Let's go in screen order. We'll make it easy.
I think they go with Danny.
And Danny, it is. Yeah.
Oh my God, Tina, you cleared up. I don't hear any static whatsoever. What the heck?
I
I played
think-
around.
I'm hearing degradation.
No, Tina is not degraded. She is not a degenerate. So don't go there. She's
Well, no, audio degradation.
Yeah.
She's not-
Always giving the adjective.
Oh dear.
That's my job, man. That's my job.
Anyway, I'm going with Danny. I'm going with Danny V.
I think we all go with Danny V. I mean, his kick saves are brilliant. Even though we've seen Carlos do them, I'm going with Danny V too.
Mhm.
Yeah, same here, especially after that PK stop. Should we go to PKs? That's a guy you want to have, in your net, stopping those PKs, because he clearly showed that he's a PK stopper too. So definitely want him around, because you never know, right? We might be giving them a PK. Those situations might happen. So you want someone who's gonna make us feel less nervous. We're still gonna be nervous, of course, but little less would be.
We'll be 90 minutes of nerves, right? Until the game is over.
We will, yeah.
We'll
It's gonna
be
be one of those, yeah.
But that's what
Yeah,
friends do.
that's
That's
like
what friends do.
2015. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, a good point, right? 2015 when we went to PKs against Earthquakes, but it wasn't at home, right? It was away too, so like
Yeah,
oh,
across
an advantage.
Paypal Park. That is.
And they did it without as many fans as they're gonna have tomorrow, right? So I'm just saying you could do it again. You're gonna have fans.
William, that was when it was Avaya Stadium.
Avaya Stadium in the past. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of like Avaya versus.
I know. I went there 3 times and great venue.
Yep.
Yeah, that would have been better. Well, this next question is one that we asked ourselves on the podcast, and we want to hear everyone's thoughts on this. But being that Douglas Jr. will be, suspended, right? He's gonna have that red card. He won't be playing on Saturday. Would you? And there's 3 options, right? And after we finish this, our special guest Villyan just hopped on, so we'll have him on.
We all got excited. We all went.
Well, only me and
My
you,
heart-
Sharon, because everyone else doesn't see this. We could see him in the background. So
my
shout out
total
to
heart
Villyan.
skipped a beat. My heart skipped a beat. Bill, if you're listening, man, my heart just skipped a beat.
So Douglas Jr., and I'm gonna give you guys 3 options. Do you start the guy? Do you have him be on the bench, or do you just sit him out so he learns that what he did last last Wednesday was not good? Or just really, what do you do if you're a coach? Because you really have 3 options that I don't think anyone would get mad at. I think I could see people on the 3 sides.
Oh, I'll just jump right in. I think he comes off the bench. I don't think they sit him. I don't think they, ask him to not dress, but I think he just rides the pine until we see how the matchups work. That's my guess.
Yeah, I'm going to say bench as well. I mean, granted, I mean, he does kind of need to be taken back as far as the conduct from last Wednesday's match. But then again, the Open Cup, I mean, it's a serious match. I mean, it's not like just another regular season game that we could learn and move on from. And this is an elimination one. So it wouldn't surprise me if they have him on the bench just ready for a situation just in case. But hopefully not the same results, fingers crossed and all.
Teen, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think he should at least be on the bench. But, I was listening to Connor's podcast today, and I think it was Cam who brought up a really good point that in theory, coach could actually really use him a lot in the game and not then worry about the fact that he's not going to have to be playing in the game over the weekend. Like, basically, he could burn out his legs and it won't matter, which is an interesting strategic piece of it. Doesn't really address the disciplinary part. I know that we've all talked about, about him kind of learning his lesson, but I thought that was an interesting comment that in theory they could just use him as much as possible to give everybody else a rest and no, he's not going to be available anyway this weekend.
Yeah, that's interesting that Connor addressed that, because we were pondering that and we actually kind of pitched that back to Connor. So I'm kind of glad that he did address that. He and Cam talked about that. Good point, Tina.
I don't think you bench him completely. Like, I think he at least needs to be on the bench. I don't think you take him off the roster altogether for the game. But it'll be interesting to see what coach does.
I agree with everyone. Yeah, I think Ducky, he will be benched in case if there's any changes occurs actually.
All right.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat on him being benched. I think coach is not going to reward him with the starting role, especially after what he did, because that red card was just inexcusable, and I hope that he learns from this one, right? Because you can't have another dumb red card like that, especially in a game like this one that is really important for you to have, full concentration and not just.
I think we should ask the pro. We need to bring somebody on and ask the pro what he thinks. I think we ask the pro. There's a pro waiting in the wings. Let's bring him on.
We have a pro waiting in the rings, and I'm gonna actually change the music that we have playing here because, it's a proper way to introduce him. So let me change. It's a rock song. I don't think he's a big fan of rock, but we gotta introduce him that way. All right. Well, introducing our podcast magic, Villyan Bijev, also the winner of USL League One Player of the Week for Week 8 as well with the brace. So welcome to the show, Villyan, and congratulations on that brace.
Hello. Thank you guys so much.
Hello, new papa.
Happy to see you guys.
Villyan.
Hello. Yeah, really excited to be here with you guys. I agree with you guys, but he's got to be part of the team. He's got to be in the 18 for sure. But as a coach, it's kind of like it's a do or die, must win games. So you do whatever you think gives your players the best chance to win the game. Obviously, we don't know what the vibe is like in the locker room or how the players feel about it. I saw the red card. I think El Paso is one of the, I don't want to necessarily say like dirtiest teams I've played against, because we played against them this year as well, but they're definitely competitive and chippy, and they'll use any trick in the book to win the game and to get an edge. And I think there was also a little bit of that as well from their defender. So I think you do whatever's going to give your team the best chance. If the vibe in the locker room is like, hey, they're not mad at him and they understand why it happened, and they're willing to move past it, and the player himself understands that that's unacceptable and you can't let your team down like that, then I wouldn't be surprised if we see him start as well, especially if he's had a motivated week of training, and now I'm sure he's extra motivated to even perform and do well for his team. So if that's the case, then I would even start him, because you never know, he might give you a hell of a game.
I
Yeah.
agree. Hmm.
You're saying
that's
burn
true.
his legs out, right? Because he doesn't have to worry about playing on Saturday, so just burn the heck out of his legs, right?
Let him run as much as he can.
Well, actually, and that's his choice whether he runs or not, because oftentimes he's kind of a step behind. That's been one of the main complaints that we've had as fans is he's a little slow in reaction time. Villyan, you've never been that. You've always been on the right side of the ball, the right side of the field, the right side of anticipation. Dougie's a little he's like watching he watches, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, I should be over there on the right hand side. It's like, yeah, you should have been there 2 steps ago. So we're hopeful that we get active Doug versus watching Doug. Does that make sense?
Yeah, anticipating instead of reacting.
Yes.
We want too fast, too short shorts, Dougie, this time.
Teen and I don't mind the 2 short shorts as long as he's also too fast, right?
I mean, if one goes with the other.
Right?
Look good, feel good, play good.
Yeah,
Exactly.
there you go.
Yeah,
Gotta give those legs
exactly.
room.
Hmm.
Give the legs room to run.
Well, Bijev, we got some questions here
Yeah,
for
we
you. Being that I think I dub you, in addition to Podcast Magic, Mr. Open Cup, right? Because you had those 2 goals against LFC and Earthquakes. But I want to hear from you. How is it like to play against MLS teams in this round, right? Since you have that experience playing against those 2 teams, and granted it was away, but how was it? How different did you notice these teams at this phase?
I mean, especially when you're the lower league team, I always see it as, in a way, it's a little bit of a tryout, because the goal is to play MLS. It's the first division in our country. I think every player aspires to play there. Obviously, the salaries are a lot higher, the prestige is a lot higher, the level is a lot higher, facilities for the most part are significantly better, and it is the first division in the country. So it's always a little bit of a tryout when you're the lower league team and you get to play against these MLS teams in something that counts. Because we've played MLS teams for preseason friendlies as well, and that's great, and we've done well, but it's not quite the same thing when you're playing for real and they're using their starters and the game actually matters. And every time I've played against them, we've played away too. So you're in a nice stadium, LAFC stadium, San Jose stadium. They're fantastic venues to play at. So it's extra exciting. And luckily it's close enough that we've always had fans travel as well.
Hmm.
So there's that aspect of it where you're trying to show like, hey, I'm better than the guys you have on your team. And I want to prove that to you in this game. So there's always a little bit of that extra motivation when you play the MLS teams in the Open Cup.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's we definitely see it with you guys out there, and I know as someone who went to both of those games, it was you guys were giving it your all, and you definitely, out of everyone, I mean, you had some really good opportunities, and speaking of that, I want to know, which one do you consider your best goal? Was that the one you scored against LAFC or against Earthquakes?
I think both are pretty in their own ways, but I would pick the LAFC goal. Just because it was like so much more team involvement as well. I think Jeremy hit that one across the field. I was able to control it out of the air and did like 2-1-2s with Ure and Jaime. And then right outside the 18, took a shot, hit a top corner. And I think for at the moment, that was to go up 2-1 in LA. So that one would have to be my choice of the 2. It was just a nice overall team goal.
It happened right after they had just tied us. It was like an instant,
Moments
next
later,
minute
yeah.
response. I was like, wow, hats off. That was a great way to respond.
Yeah. And actually, so a little story of the free kick goal. I didn't know like in the moment, but it's like after I had hit it and scored, we celebrated, we were walking back and guys are talking and they're saying like coach was yelling for Harris to take it. And I didn't know in the moment, but I just felt confident and stepped up, and Harris was really good at hitting free kicks and he worked on them a lot. So I didn't know then, but if I had missed that, I could have very well been subbed out of the game right then and there. So I'm really glad I was able to score it.
Wow, nice.
Well, I'm sure coach didn't say anything, right? It's like, all right, well.
Well, once it goes well, then obviously you don't say anything. So I'm glad I didn't miss it. I didn't know in the moment of the game, I couldn't hear him. Obviously, it was super loud.
I was gonna say it pays to be kind of deaf sometimes and just kind of not look over at the bench, not look at any of the cues that you're getting from anybody over there. It's just like, oh, I got this. This is my turf, and you and Harris were good friends,
Very good.
Yeah, and so hopefully he didn't once you
not at all
are successful, there's usually no animosity, but Harris, had you missed it, you guys would have had words.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been happy. So that's what I'm saying. I'm glad I just went in, and then we don't even have to deal with what would have happened.
But what you did in LAFC, all that was magic as well. Your name is Podcast Magic, but some of the stuff that you've been able to pull off, right now, even in your play right now, you've been magic. You've got like this incredible golden touch. So walk us through the LAFC goal so that we can kind of prepare ourselves for maybe what we hope to see tomorrow.
Yeah, so a little bit of psychology. When I was in Liverpool, I was fortunate enough to be able to work with their sports psychologist because a close friend of mine and my roommate at the time, Mark Pelosi, had broken his leg, and he was working with a sports psychologist, and I was giving him rides and getting to tag along with him. And through that, I was able to get in and have a couple sessions. And they use a book called The Chimp Paradox. So it talks about we have our human brain, our chimp brain, our animal brain, and like the computer part of our brain, which is the automatic stuff. And the more we do something, the more it gets stored in the automatic part of the brain. And then that part of the brain works, I think, 10 times faster than the human part of the brain. So I've always had, even since I was a little kid, these little flashes of being able to do things. And then I don't really know how I did them or how it happened. It's more automatic. And as I've gotten older and played a lot more and have a lot more experience and more hours of playing soccer and doing these types of actions, I think it's becoming easier to now mentally switch off the human part of the brain and then just transition into that automatic part of the brain. And so when there's these like special moments happen, in the moment, I'm not thinking about them. I'm not like saying, okay, let me step here and then move the ball this way. It's like clicking and happening automatically. So sometimes even when I go back and rewatch them, I'm like, oh, wow, that was actually really cool. I don't even like remember mentally thinking in the moment, oh, I should do this and do this. It just happens because of all the repetition and all the hours of practice that my body just kind of does it on its own. And that's why it looks like it's happening so much faster as well. So I think the best way I can explain it.
Wow, that's cool. Okay, we're learning learning new things here. That's really awesome that you have that ability to do that, and I think we need more players that aren't scared of trying to do it, right? Because I think a lot of players they want to do it, but then they end up not doing it, right? And we see it on the field, and you're like, come on, you should have taken that shot, and last season we saw it all the time. No one wanted to pull a shot, and we were pulling our hairs out.
It's a lot of pressure too. Mm. Like mentally, it's a lot of pressure to deal with, and you got to be able to get past that blockade of, well, are my teammates going to be upset with me? Are the fans going to be mad? Is the coach going to be upset if I turn the ball over, or if I shoot when maybe I should have passed, or if I make the wrong decision? And you kind of got to let go of all those thoughts and just do. Essentially, just do it. Nike. That's a good slogan.
Yeah, that's good. We got Scott saying he is the Bulgarian magician. All he knows is magic.
Yeah, I think after the Charlotte game, the announcer said, after I scored the goal like over my head in the last minute to tie it 3-3, he called me the Bulgarian magician.
I love it.
And I was like, okay.
Yes, the St. Louis special with that humongous arch.
Oh, man. Yeah, it went really high up. Fortunately, it fell under the bar.
Yeah, the humidity brought it down. Hey, listen, there's something else that we have to talk about because tomorrow's going to be in freakishly hot earlier in the day, and we know that kickoff's not until 7:30, but still you're warming up when it's still probably 100, maybe 98, somewhere in there. And yes, we know it's a dry heat, but they water the grass, so it does create some humidity. So, looking at that, the kickoff temperature will be what it is there. And then how do you prepare for hot game days, Villyan? I'm like, what's your shtick?
Just hydrate as much as I can, and then, like any game day, get rid of all the could'ves or should'ves. So you get to the game, you're changing, you're about to go out on the field, and then you don't want to be thinking, oh man, I should have eaten this, or oh, I should have had that banana 2 hours ago, or oh, I should have taken a nap. So if you're someone who naps, just nap. Put your phone down, turn the TV off, don't waste time, just do what you need to do to mentally be ready and physically be ready to go. So for me, it's just hydration is the biggest thing. If I know it's going to be a super hot game, my mouth gets really dry too. I think we had a couple games in Reno, and that's a little bit of elevation as well, where my mouth was just absolutely dry. So I've learned just hydrate, little sips throughout the day. And I start like 2-3 days early. If you're just starting the morning of the game, it's almost a little bit late. You got to do it the day before and stay on top of it and stay consistent with it. So just eliminate those could'ves.
Do you use anything like a liquid IV or some other product like that kind of builds a little bit of the salt content in your body to hold some of the fluids? Do you do any of that?
I've been doing liquid IV. As of recently, I don't know, I felt like a little brain fog kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it's from the liquid IV or not. I've attested it to the liquid IV and eliminated it, and then I haven't had the brain fog. So I haven't taken it for a couple of days, or for a couple of weeks, sorry.
Yeah.
I've been just water.
Okay.
And a lot of fruit. So I get my sugars from all the fruit, and then that'll help retain a lot of the H2O content in my body.
The cellular water, because you want your cells to be able to kind of hold on to the water. So, in the past, it was things like potassium and sodium help build up the strength of the cell wall to retain water and your muscle fibers in the places that need it. There's a lot of different things in liquid IV. Trust me, I've had it here and there. Is not a lot of sugar, but there is sugar in it, and the B vitamins are all in there, but who knows?
Yeah, it's a long list of ingredients.
Long list of ingredients. Interesting that you would scale it back and the brain fog kind of disappeared. I actually think, having a little itty bitty baby might cause like brain fog.
This was before the baby.
Oh, this was before the baby. Okay.
The baby causes sleep deprivation. No, my mind is clear, but he just needs a lot of attention, and it's hard to not give it to him.
Of course. I mean, you were ready to be ready.
Yes.
Yeah.
Super excited. Yeah. Lainey's always thanking me for how helpful I'm being, and I'm just like, I feel like this is what you're supposed to do.
Oh.
And she does like 10 times more than I do, so I'm even like, what are you talking about? But
oh,
yeah, it's exciting.
She's giving you the good props for doing the right thing, so that's cool.
Yeah.
So I know Luis had another question.
Yeah. So, and this could be our last one too. I know you probably have more things to do there as well. But what advice would you give to the guys tomorrow, especially since again you have all this experience playing in this cup and playing against MLS teams, and some of these guys have never been in this phase, or have never even played in the Open Cup at this phase.
Yeah, I mean, so two main things. One is treat it like a tryout. So when you do that, you got to be more focused. You got to pay extra attention to what you're doing. Even you're more focused on your body language. You try to be a little crisper with your passes because you're super focused on who's watching, and you want to perform your best. And by taking it as you never know, might get an opportunity. Not even necessarily from the team you're playing against, but it's nationally broadcast, so even internationally broadcast, so anyone could be watching. And second, I think just remember that more of the pressure is on the MLS teams because they're kind of expected to win. So the longer the game drags on, if it's tied or they're only up 1-0, or if you're up, the pressure just mounts and keeps building for them. So keep that in mind, that if obviously you're going to feel pressure too, and you're going to have nerves because it's a big moment and it's a big stage. Whatever you're feeling, remember they're feeling it even more because you're the underdog and they're expected to win. So if they don't do well, it's a really big deal for them. Whereas, you know, the championship side or the USL League One side, if you don't do well, it's like, you know, they tried hard. It is what it is. They weren't really expected to win. So just remember that the other team has more pressure than you do, which should allow you to play a little bit more free and better, and not be so pent up and nervous about what's going to happen.
And what advice do you give the fans?
Fans, don't stop yelling. That's so cool that it's a home game. Every time was an away game. So now it's home. Just be loud, come out, support the team, and you get to watch an MLS team. Oh, that was another thing. So when we were doing it too, back then at the time, we were trying to go MLS as well. So that's why I think it was a little bit more like, hey, we want to prove to the MLS that we belong there as a city, as a club, and as players and staff even. So that's, I think, those few years ago when we were in the Open Cup gave us that little bit of extra motivation. So same tomorrow, fans, just show that SAC deserves to be in the MLS.
Yeah,
Perfect.
that's very well said, and you know that's what we're hoping for. We're hoping people are out there, they're as loud as possible, and you know, give them a game, and you know, make MLS regret that, you know, what they did to us.
Yeah, I just had a quick follow-up from a previous episode where we had talked with Villyan previously, and he gave us that tidbit of trivia about his appearance in FIFA 14. A few weeks ago, when I was going out to New York, New Jersey for the Red Bulls 2 match, the Saturday I was there, after I had left MetLife Stadium for the tours there, once I got into Manhattan, I had spotted a GameStop, and I did try to look for FIFA 14, either for Xbox 360 or Xbox One, and unfortunately, they led me back to New Jersey to get a copy. So I'm still on the hunt for a copy of FIFA 14.
You just got to get it online. Online is the easiest nowadays. I think, didn't we see them? We like looked, and they were like less than $10 or something. There were some copies.
Yeah. eBay.
Yeah,
eBay
I think
is your friend.
Yeah, I'll probably just end up going that route, or more than likely Amazon, and see what they have, since I have Amazon Prime for free through my phone. So either way, I still want to get it. I still want to play it, just to have Villyan on the controls, so to speak.
Yes. And Liverpool's in the Champions League final, so
Hey,
good timing.
yeah. Everybody tune in on Saturday. There's going to be a lot of fun on Saturday, Sunday.
A lot of games.
A lot of games.
Saturday. We play Saturday night.
Yeah.
Champions League's at 12.
Right.
Our time, so.
Our time. And then SAC versus Oakland, but we don't want to talk about that. We're staying focused. We got
yes.
one
first.
one set of fan mentality at a time is all we can handle.
Yeah, and we'd much rather win tomorrow versus Saturday. I think anyone here would probably be like, sign me right now, right? If you had to sign to win, sign it tomorrow. Forget Saturday.
Yes, but why not win both?
Why not?
Oh,
that would be amazing.
That would be amazing.
Very possible.
Yeah,
very possible.
That would be great. And Scott says, yeah, $2 beer should help tomorrow as well. It should. You know, hopefully there's no really long lines, right? Because that's my only worry, that people might be in line still and the game's going to start and we won't have as many people out there for like the first half.
Hopefully they'll have that special readily loaded up on the app so you can order ahead of time.
And just pick it up.
Yeah, hopefully. Or just have multiple. Or I'm sure they're going to have more staff. I mean, it's going to be a full stadium, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Cool. A little nervous about San Jose's 2 buses coming in, but whatever. We'll deal with it when we get there.
Oh, yeah. They're going to have two buses, away fans. So that just means we need to bring out more people. That's why we need more people to be there. So, you know, it's like they don't really make much of a difference there. But We'll let you get going, Villyan, but thank you so much for hopping on here and just giving us some of your words on Open Cup.
Of course, my pleasure. Thank you again for having me. It's always amazing to see you guys and chat with you guys. Good luck tomorrow. I'll definitely be watching and rooting for Sac to win. And hopefully they do.
Thank you, Villyan.
Awesome. Thank
Thank
you
you,
guys so
Villyan.
much. Thank
Hi,
you guys.
Delaney.
Thank you.
Big love
I'll
to
tell her you
Delaney.
said hi.
Okay, and a hug to the little guy.
Okay. I'll give him one from you.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Bye, guys.
See ya.
Peace out.
All right. Well, going back to the game, we have a couple of more topics here. I want to know who's in you guys' starting 11, and I know
Jesus.
Tina. I know who Tina's gonna say, but Tina, how have you go first and let us know who's in your starting 11.
You guys have me stuck on Zico because I said one thing.
You know
He's
how
not
it
even
is.
He's not even my favorite player. I just said I thought he had some potential. Somehow I
Whatever.
became his mega fan.
He probably needs it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I still think there's potential there. I think Sharon, you and I talked the last game, he didn't quite step up to what I was hoping, but or the last home game. But I think our back line, I think we have a pretty solid back line. I don't expect them to change that much with Casey, Lee, and Gur's actually been playing up a little bit more as a midfield. I think he played more midfield last time.
Yeah, because they've been running 3 defenders in the back, and then they've been letting their wing backs kind of run into the midfield more. They've been running
which
the
is all the more
Condon.
reason.
Yeah.
I'm still convinced Gur's gonna score. It's gonna happen. So
Oh, so I hear you're picking Jack Gurr to score the first goal?
I'll go with
I'm
that.
kidding.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd be perfectly happy with that. But yeah, and then I think Gurr, Roro definitely. I think Luis Felipe. It'll be interesting to see if Matt is fit or not. I know he was injured, so I don't. We'll have to see if he's going to be playing or not. Duke definitely. Yeah, like Scott said, I think Duke definitely. And Gurr, they did a really good job in the last couple of games, kind of keeping up the sideline.
Who are the 2
And
up
then
top?
I know. Yeah, and then the 2 up top. I mean, again, that's just always kind of a crapshoot. I'll be honest. It has been Dougie as of late, but I think that's all a little bit in question at this point. None of us are really sure what's happening with him. I think Luther would be just as good of an option as well. He's been doing really well. So, and actually, I'd really not to start. I think he's good off the bench, but I'd love to see Rafa get some more time. Maybe not for this game. I don't know. But just in the season, I think that Rafa should be able to come out and get a little bit more time. He's done really well the couple games he's come in on.
I have to agree with Teen's lineup, but I don't know. I know you say Rafa or Zico, sitting in the pocket there, or Keko, or
or Quayle. I mean, we have so
Quayle.
many that really could be dropped in.
Right? Yeah. Oh, Scott Bradford. Look at that. Luther and Dougie up top with Quayo and Roro sitting behind them. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I like the
that's
Quayle
interesting.
option. I'm a fan.
It's just when it comes to, he's got great ball control. So does Keko. A lot of those guys have really fluid ball control, and I don't know about Damian Viader. I don't know where he is in his recovery, or Nick Ross. I don't know why we haven't seen much of them. So there's some hidden gems there with them. But interesting, Scott, the Luther and Dougie up top. Both are tall boys. Interesting. You don't want to bring in a Zico or instead of one of the 2 tall guys, but hey, maybe we'll match up better against San Jose's defenders because they've got some good guys in the back.
Yeah, well, if he starts out that way, that's quite an offensive way to start the match. If you're going all out like that, I don't think coach is gonna risk it all right away, right? But I think if we're down, I could certainly see him sub in, whoever wasn't in the starting 11, Luther or Dougie, and that's what we hope for, right? The moment we start losing, it's like just full force, right? Like if we lose by more, heck, it's all good, but at least we try to be offensive. So Scott says, I'd rather have Foster come in the last 20 minutes and then smoke everyone with his wheels.
I agree with that. I'd love
yeah.
to see Foster.
Yeah, that will work out.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Now the question is, though, do you sub him in if we're already losing 2-0 at halftime? We get him subbed in at halftime? Or 1-0?
Oh, I'd bring in Foster. I'd bring him in. The minute we go down any, 1 or 2 goals, we have to have somebody like super speedy and ready to run and anticipating. That's one thing that Malik has over Dougie is anticipation. And so I think if Dougie's not doing anticipation, I think you bring in a Malik, or where does Keckle fit in this situation? Where do these other guys that have some speed? Look at that run back that Tina and I were like, that Zico made. He was the only one that made that run back that one game. Remember that one, Teen? And we're like, okay, so he's fast.
So he's got the wheels. That's why I keep saying, like, I see the potential because he's got the wheels behind him.
Oh, Scott, I love how you are.
Which won't happen. Yes, that's the mentality.
Yeah, I love your mentality. And you know what? That's the mentality our men have to have. Our squad, they literally have to say, nothing is going to happen. Nothing bad like that is going to happen because we're not going to let our fortress. We are not going to let our home field fortress. We're not letting anybody in. Nobody gets near that goal on the other team.
That's why it would be good to have the tall folks up front, the gatekeepers. Just tell them 4 words: "You shall not pass."
The Lord of the Rings line.
We need our sentries.
That's what we need too. I want to see Luis Felipe, right, as a former Quakes guy. You know that the whole Luis Felipe and Tommy Thompson situation is going to be really interesting to see tomorrow. We enjoy when we see former guys play against their former team, especially when it's one of ours, right? And especially with them,
especially if he can score.
Yeah.
You love to see them score against their old team.
Yeah, I don't mind if he doesn't celebrate, right? We'll all be celebrating. He could do his respect.
You know what,
I don't know.
I think it's okay to celebrate, even if it is your former team. I'm sorry, it doesn't have to be nasty, but I think it's worth celebrating.
No, I hopefully he does, but even if he does, I mean, we'll still be really happy for him, right, for scoring 2. And from what the Quake guys were telling us yesterday, it seems like he left the Earthquakes because their now former coach didn't like him. And I guess something happened in Seattle when they played against them while he was with them that just completely took him out of the squad. So we got to thank whatever happened in Seattle for having him now and their former coach. So there was that. All right, so this is a question that I think I know what you all are gonna say, but I posted on the podcast as well. But being that we do have a game on Saturday, do you go with your best squad against the Quakes, or do you save some of the best players for Saturday's game at Oakland, especially depending on the circumstance of the match? Say we're down 3-0, right, and there's 20 minutes left. What do you guys do if you're coach?
I think we go guns blazing. I mean, we just talked about how we'd all prefer to win this game over the Oakland game. So I think you play your team the same way.
Yeah, I'd say start the best against San Jose. Oakland's been rocking the Joseph A. Bank curse for a while, so it's not going to hurt us if we put in our number 2 squad against Oakland. I mean, we apologize.
We apologize for that comment that says Oakland sucks. Full speed ahead, Captain, because Man U got an apology from the BBC because it basically somebody on the BBC a little tagline ran the bottom that said Man U is garbage, and the BBC had to apologize.
So that was real. I thought someone had made like not a meme, but just like a Photoshop of it. So
really?
So that was correct.
I thought it was real.
Well, because it had one headline, and the next one said Manchester United is rubbish, and then the next line said weather rain is everywhere, something like that.
Anyhow, So on this one, we have no idea how Scott Bradford's little message got up here that says Oakland sucks. I mean, I don't know that any. We love Emer Clementa, and we love Derek Formella. And then, okay, so let's switch back to on corners. You'll have guys. This is the last conversation. We're putting things up a little bit late.
I'm signing up on things. Done deal. Get Briggs on the phone now for me, please.
Oh my God!
Oh.
I wish we could. Oh my God! If anybody's listening, Connor, if you're listening, get Mark Briggs on the phone right now, okay, for us. Have him jump on the podcast. He won't get in trouble. We won't tell anybody at all that he's on the podcast. He's not going to get in trouble. Just have him come on. Come on, Mark, if you're listening, or any of the players, you're not going to get in trouble. What are they going to do? Take away your birthday? Come on, jump on. Let's talk.
Scott, I'll be there Saturday if they have an issue with that. Oh, he's saying he's going to be there too. If anyone has any.
Scott, you're going to have to put extra on your Clipper card if you're going to bring the brass ones to Oakland.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh, rubbish, not garbage. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we all saw that. Okay, got it. So this is so funny. This is great. So staying on the thing about what conversation were we on, Luis?
Best versus Quakes
who do you play?
Especially the circumstance of the game too. Again, like I mentioned, we're down 3-0. It's the 70th minute or the 80th minute, right? 10, 20 minutes left. What do we really do at that point?
I thought we were talking about do we start the best against the Quakes or save some for Saturday's game in Oakland?
Yeah. Well, not starting. I mean, starting, but also like throughout the game, right? If you're in the, I don't know if you're again in the 70th minute, you're down 3-0. Do you still put in a good guy, or do you put in one of the academy guys that might be on the bench, right? To get him experience playing against an MLS team. And I went extreme, right? A 3-0, 4-0. But I mean, just one of those games where we're like, it doesn't, we try to be as positive as possible. But when you're down by 3 or 4 and there's only like 10, 20 minutes left, then, it's rough, right? And then you got to start thinking about Saturday now at that point.
I don't want to think about us even being in that situation. I'm really hoping, I'll be honest, I'm really hoping it's going to be a close game no matter who wins, because I want it to be a good game. So as much as that will stress me out, I'm sure I would like a good competitive game.
Oh, the shade continues.
Oh my God!
Just a bunch of college kids go to those games. Thank God.
They got fans.
Okay, but then Scott got back on our conversation. Academy guy, if we're down 3-0, later worse. Okay, so we're back to. Oh my gosh, this is so hilarious. You're so good, Scott. Whatever. So on the same topic, essentially, playing the best or whatever, as far as strategy and tactics, what are we looking at, for the coach? I mean, like systems of play, one side versus the other side. Last night, Luis, did you guys talk about San Jose's system of play? How they play with, I think it's 2 center backs, 2 outside wing backs, right? And then they have what do they play? What's their formation? Did you guys talk about that last night? Because I know you had formations listed up on the periodically up on the little bit that I could see on the screen when you shared screen. But anyhow, my question would be: do we go with our traditional strategy? The way we've been playing in the league games, or do we change it up a little bit? It just depends on who coach plays. So you see that it looks like they play a 4-1-4-1.
Yeah, this was Sunday's game.
So they play like a 4-1-4-1. All right.
We could look at the last Open Cup game because there might be a different one for that one. And 4-1-4-1. Yeah, looks like it's the. This was their last Open Cup formation. There's Tommy Thompson right there.
Okay. Interesting.
Cade Cowell was really dangerous up front. I gotta say, the Central Valley native, by the way, from series.
Yeah.
He's
And his
He's
brother
pretty dangerous.
Chance plays for our academy, and he's equally as skilled. So we're lucky to have his brother. But yeah, Cade, I think, is going to be a handful. And I think Connor Donovan is going to have to really be the one that keeps his eye on him. Of all the defenders, who's the fastest of the three? You know, is it Casey? I don't think so. Is it Lee? Not sure. But I think Connor Donovan is going to be, even though we zone with three center backs, I think one of our center backs is really going to have to keep a strong, a very close watch on Cade Cowell. I think Cade's got the goods. I watched him. He's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Plus, he's had plenty of minutes with their senior team and MLS, right? He's got some national team call-ups, so yeah, this is not a B squad player. He's already their A squad guy.
And I looked at the salary he's making. He's not making starter wages either. He's yeah, he's getting up there. So they expect a lot out of this guy.
Yeah, he's definitely up a lot. And then, I mean, like we mentioned earlier, Tommy Thompson, and how you said we might have some advantages too against them, and hopefully, right? You said so.
We have speed. We've got speed on top of Tommy, but he's got incredible skill, good vision. He manages to wiggle free, like Jack Gurr does in a way, but Jack's way faster. But they're not. They're on opposite sides of the field. However, when Tommy goes up, if Duke is playing, Duke is going to have to keep his eyes on him. Duke is going to have to keep his eye and talk with respect to Cade Cowell. That's one thing that we lack in the center of the park. Like with Luis Felipe, he's not a big communicator. So the defensive backs are going to have to, our center backs are going to have to do a whole lot more conversation. And I bet this week, Mark has really instilled upon them the need to communicate, to talk, because that's one of the things that I heard when I was at the last match. That was, and Tina, you remember this, well, all we heard Coach Briggs say was communicate. We heard him over and over saying, like, you guys have to talk. You have to communicate.
Pretty sure he said, "Open your bloody mouth" or something along those.
Yeah,
lines.
it was along those lines. Exactly. Yeah. Open. Yes. I don't know that the bloody was the right word there, but yeah. So he was adamant that they talk. And so hoping that, they've run some drills all week long, these last couple, to communicate better. They're going to have to. Against San Jose, it's going to be all talk. They all have to start talking, including Luis Felipe, who plays like this little stealthy player. It's like, yeah, I'll just get in here and swipe the ball. Yeah, okay. But then you got to still tell your guys what's coming at them, especially if there's a Cade Cowell loose on the field. You can't have a loose Cade Cowell. That's impossible. That's danger.
Yeah, exactly right. And by the way, and don't forget Duke too, because he is also playing previously with the Earthquakes in the past, though.
Oh yeah, that's true. He was with Reno when they were their affiliate. So
yeah, the Tectonic Takes folks did actually make mention of Duke Lacroix as well last night, so I definitely remember that.
It's another should have probably been picked up by them and should have actually stayed, right? But who knows, he might be going, and the way he's been playing with us too. But we got Scott saying, run the offense to Roro and let him distribute to wings or down the center to forwards as necessary. Yeah, Roro's going to be a big part of this, right? I mean, he's our experienced guy. He's the guy who, he's played plenty of games against MLS teams. I mean, heck, he's playing MLS, right? Granted, a long time ago with Chivas USA, but he's been there. He's been in Liga MX as well. So he's the guy that is going to be the leader tomorrow, hopefully, right?
He also played for Portland as well, didn't he?
Oh yeah, I think he did. Was it when they were in MLS already, or was it when they were USL?
No, it was when they were in MLS.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Cool. So he's also got that too. But yeah. Hopefully, he's the voice out there, and he's the one that wears the captain armband, right? So we're gonna need him to be present there tomorrow. But as far as strategy, I just, as much as we all want to see an offensive team start out and all that, I hope it doesn't start out that way, because you can't be all out and have a really offensive formation against a team that could score against us. And we need to be fully concentrated, right? Unless we start losing, then that's where you implement the full offensive power. But initially, I think it should be a balanced one. Oh, look, I'm here twice. I guess I have two screens now. That's Sharon forgot to change her picture there. All right, she's stepping in for a quick second here. But what do you guys think in terms of strategy? Do you start offensive? Do you start balanced? Do you start a little defensive just to read the game out? What do you guys do?
I say a defense that may be the best idea, actually, because they've been playing San Jose Earthquakes from the Open Cup twice so far. So the only thing is, going back to 2015, they've been gone. They were scoreless until penalty kick shootout began. Until it's getting a lot more, a bigger competition in that role as well. Because I know Cam has won, and some few players has won in the past, but the Earthquakes advantages, they've been run pretty well, because I think they've been handled it so well. And of course, also recapping back then, since 2019, when I was also there were no PK challenges. There were counter shootout goals at the time. So I did recall the moment when Sam Warner gets a goal early, which is a pretty amazing game. And then Bijev came next, and then Drew Sundgren, which he did also made a final last minute goal. But right now for the San Jose Earthquakes, because I know Magnus Eriksson has it, and then Veserelli, which is made a goal twice, and don't forget, I guess that San Jose Earthquakes top player Christian Espinosa, he is the only player to watch out for, because I know every Sacramento Republic FC players, they can play so well, but they will need to get a better advantage and give a much more closer fire up strategy to make this a better team at this point.
Christian Espinosa is basically their Emil Cuello. He's also from Argentina, but they play similar too, and their height is about the same probably too. So
they are sure.
We definitely have to watch out for him too. I know he was on the bench in the last game, so he is one of their starters normally, I think, in MLS. So he might be in the bench again, but who knows? It might be different because it's the round of 16.
It will be it could be as well. So hopefully, it might be a possibility that he will be picked up around the second round. So hopefully, it might.
Yeah. And look who we got joining us too, Connor. Hey, Connor. Thanks for hopping on here on the live. And we sure are. I mean, we're here doing the show, and this is our second live show of the week, and yeah.
Connor, if this was Sesame Street, tomorrow's match will be brought to us by the letters LFG. That's how fired up we are for tomorrow.
And JFDI are the other ones. So Connor, sorry we don't have the harp music to play. We've been saying your name a few times, but we don't have that sound effect on the live stream. So thanks for joining up. What else is going on, Connor? Are you going to bring Mark Briggs on for just a second and just let him know what we think about what his strategy should be? That would be a blast.
No. Like if you want to hop on too, I know, I don't think anyone should have an issue if you just hop on and just say a few words. I think that'd be kind of cool, so we can hear you too. Because you're going to be really busy tomorrow. We know he's going to be super busy at the game. Yeah.
Oh my God.
by doing several announcements going on. Sure.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward.
definitely.
I heard that Adam, and Cam are all doing kind of the pregame stuff. I'm excited to hear all that tomorrow.
Yeah, and Cameron's gonna be at the game tomorrow too. So
Yeah.
And Adam Moffat, and they're we get to buy them beers because they're not really working, so we actually get to buy them beers.
um,
Oh, Connor, I'm so glad you're
Connor.
listening to us anyhow.
It says, unfortunately.
oh, okay. Hey,
Yeah.
all good. Hey, we know you're planning a lot of things, and there's always a lot of hard work that goes behind the scenes. That it's really great to see all the work that you guys do, especially in such a big game like tomorrow. That we're really super excited to be at.
Yeah, I mean, Connor and team, they've really turned the dial to 11 for tomorrow's match. I mean, it definitely shows. I mean, I can't wait for 6 p.m. to drop, because that's for the next 2 weeks. I'm working a modified schedule, so that works perfectly. So that means I'll be able to get ESPN pulled up, get all the snacks and everything ready, since I can't be out there as much as I wish I could. Come on, George Jetson, where's that wormhole technology? Get me over there tomorrow.
Oh, and Section 105 is going to be hopping and popping. There's a bunch of us that have bought tickets, and there's some other people that are going to slide right into our 105, so that we're right behind the bench and they can hear every word we say. And Connor, thanks for coming on and just saying a couple of words. It's gonna be a hopping fan zone tomorrow.
If the team does as good of a job during the game, which I know Connor will, as they have been with all the other marketing, it's going to be on fire. This is kind of funny. I wake up to just like the radio in the morning, and it was either this morning or yesterday morning. It was actually Connor's. He's on like one of the radio ads, and it was him actually promoting the game right when my alarm went off in the morning. I was like, hey, that's not a horrible way, getting pumped up for my game this week. That's not a bad way to wake up.
Right. It's like, I know that voice too, and I hear it at the game.
Connor has taken over all media.
But it's been cool. It's all over all the news stations. It's on a bunch of the radio stations. There's ads everywhere. We talked about the billboards downtown. It's really exciting to see all the promotions they're doing for it.
Yeah, shout out to them again. We mentioned it before on the podcast, but they've spent who knows how much money on marketing. I'm sure it's been a lot, and they're really making sure that they hype this game up as much as it should be, and it gets us pumped up as well. And I really can't wait for us to be back in playoffs, because I'm sure they're going to do the same thing then.
Bye,
LFG.
Connor. See you tomorrow.
Bye, Connor. See you tomorrow.
That's in the comments, Connor. See you tomorrow.
Oh, actually, and I don't know if Connor, if you're still on here, we can maybe check this out too. And I want you guys to see that I was checking tickets, right? So we could share how much have been sold. It's gotta be a glitch, probably as much as I want to think it's true. But
What?
It says
I just
out.
looked earlier today, and there's money in tickets.
Oh my
Same, yeah.
gosh.
That seems interesting. I looked like a couple hours ago.
Tickets available, but in the final minutes before the game tomorrow, unbelievably sold out. Wow.
But I wanna know
Oh,
what happened.
man.
Wow.
There
That's
was
really
a lot
strange.
a couple hours ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I looked just a couple hours ago, and there was still a pretty decent amount.
That's fast.
Yeah, and it's the right game too. Here, so I'm like, gotta check here, but
Whoa, tickets are sold out now.
so I don't know. I don't know
Jeez.
if Connor's still on. They might want to check that out. Hopefully, it's not like a glitch, and then because anyone going on there, right? I mean, if you guys could also, if one of you could go check out, see if it's not just
Yeah,
me.
I'm going to check right now.
that's-
Actually,
It's actually pretty worrisome if that's. It might be a glitch. As much as we'd all love to see that already say
No,
right now. Like
it says it on mine too.
It is so
Tickets are sold out now. Check back soon.
Oh wow.
Damn.
first time in years to have a sold out event here.
Oh my God. I sure hope to goodness it's not all sold to San Jose fans.
Uh,
Yes, so, yes.
Oh, that'd be crazy if that's what that is too. Wow.
Unless the mayor decided to buy all the tickets up and just hand them out to everybody. Anybody standing around. Go to the game. Go to the game. Go to the game. It's not.
That is possible. That is possible because a few years ago, when Phoenix hosted the bowl championship for college football a couple of years ago, Mayor Greg Stanton, who I've actually bumped into a couple times here and there, actually had folks line up around the entrance area, and he just had everybody go in. Ticket, no ticket, he had everybody go in. So maybe this could be something similar.
Who knows? Yeah, we'll see when we get there. Well, pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm glad I was able to secure tickets. Luis, did you get your tickets?
Yeah, I got my tickets. I'll be in 206, right below the non-existing press box. I'm sure tomorrow because there's no commentators.
Right. Okay. All
yeah.
right.
I'll be sitting 107 though.
Okay, 107. Okay. Teen, where are you?
I'm at the end line B.
Oh,
Well, in line B, closer to the TBB side. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm right next to TBB actually. And it's a pretty decent place to see like goals get scored. Ideally when we're scoring on them, not the other way around.
right.
Oh yeah, and then as always, section 602.
There you go.
You're at section 602. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Well.
All right.
Yeah. This is.
Yeah, Scott, we know that
Instagram.
Nagel gave everyone who bought tickets 2 free ones also. I think it was season ticket holders though. If you were a season ticket holder and you bought tickets, right? Wasn't it that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I got one, so I'm bringing my nephews, and then I bought an extra one for his brother.
Okay.
So it actually works. I mean, if that's what they're trying to achieve, I ended up buying an additional ticket on top of it from getting the free ticket.
Okay.
Yeah, that could be what they're trying to do. Yeah, that's true. Wow.
It's really strange to me though. There were still hundreds of seats open just a couple hours ago. Like I find it really hard to believe they sold that many in that amount of time.
Yeah, you're right.
Unless they were gifted giveaway kind of things. Unless somebody bought them all up and handed them all out. That kind of thing.
Could one person buy them all though? Like, is there no limit or?
You never know. You never know what the club will do with their sponsors or with other people. You just never know. We just want to get the people in the seats. Yeah.
Yeah, Scott Bradford, and same section, $100 savings for me. Oh, yeah. That's nice. You scored them on the same section, the 2 free ones.
My 2 free ones were right next to my 2 that I had bought. I had bought 3 tickets, so I'm seats 1, 2, 3, and 4. I didn't have 1 and 2, but now I do. So I have 4 in a row, and then 1 in front of me. So, and I'm still got to find 2 people to fill those extra seats.
I would have bought them from you if I would have found out they were gonna do that. Put yours back in for sale, dude. If
I don't know if they'll let you.
I wonder how.
Yeah, if they're comp tickets, they're not going to allow for resale. Only the ones that you actually paid for.
No, Luis. I was telling Luis
mine
put
were
his back.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I mean, if he actually bought his, then yeah, he could probably put them back on the resale directly on the Ticketmaster site.
Right.
But watch that one go real quick, I bet.
Just I'd be curious now too if I put them on there, if it'll actually allow me, being a sold out event. Sometimes they, with ticket scalpers and all that, they don't let you, right? Because it's sold out. So they think you might want to say, oh, you want my tickets? Give me $100 for each, right?
Got it.
Yeah, but this is still so strange. I as much as I want to see a sold out stadium, I think we're gonna still see empty seats.
Yeah. Well, there's always going to be people, especially on a Wednesday night, that are just going to decide last minute that they don't want to go, or either because of the heat or because they're tired from work. And I mean, I've been there too. There's been a couple Wednesday games I've skipped because I just was done for the day. So it would not be a game like this. This is not one of those games that I would do that for, no matter how I felt. But
well, either way, it seems like other folks are doing my job for me. I mean, Phoenix did the job the last podcast, and now we have the team or Ticketmaster giving us our USL Unsolved Mystery.
There you go.
So it's like a vacation.
I really
Yeah.
hope it's true. I mean, I would love to see that place sold out. That would be phenomenal if we could just have that place super, super loud.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, that would be so great too. And some of you who actually went to games 2014, we're
Oh
gonna have
yes.
lives to then. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't fortunate, but you guys saw all that.
I was there.
So
And
hopefully-
I still remember times when that place was rocking, both Hughes Stadium and Bonnie Field.
Oh yeah, Hughes Stadium is a whole nother story. One last thing, and that is, and we've already kind of done it on our side, but we want to hear William and Tina also give their predictions. So we want to hear predictions, first goal, and also whether you guys think we do extra time and if there's PKs. Oh, and look, Ryan is joining us too, by the way.
Oh, hey.
Ryan!
Ryan! Woo! Just in time, sir.
Made it to Arizona.
Oh, congratulations.
You're right there with Jared.
But I wanted to jump on.
Nice. Okay, so it's prediction time. And Ryan, you just joined. So what's your score? And who scores the first goal?
An extra time or no extra time, and PKs
Right.
or no PKs?
All of that.
I would love to see Roro score. I mean, it would be awesome to see him score in a game like this. I think the games it's going to be one or the other way. It's either going to be lopsided one way or it's going to be close. I hope
Give
it's
us a
close. So
score.
I'm going to go and say 2-1.
We win?
I want to go Sacramento. I mean,
Okay.
we need to win this.
We
You
need
know?
to win this.
We sacrificed for the USL season so far. We haven't won as many as we should have, but if we win this game, it doesn't matter. That's how I
Okay.
look at it.
So that's your prediction. We'll put that up here in a second. Scott has 2-0 Republic with Roro and Cuellos. Well, Roro scoring first and in regulation. Are you regulation, Ryan?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
you're in
it's not
regulation.
gonna be overtime. I'd be shocked.
William, what's yours?
Well, back in 2015, they lost to Earthquakes, and then back in 2019, they also lost to the Quakes. But right now, as for tomorrow, in my prediction, I think they will likely to win for Sacramento, because I'm sure there might be some possibility we might be getting some extra time, in my opinion. So
Okay, so what's your score?
So, however, right now I'm still thinking about in between.
It's a tough one.
It's, yeah.
Too close to call Momo. Too close to call Momo right now. So I'm guessing it could be the same as Ryan does, 2-1.
And who's your first goal scorer?
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
We're giving Tina a little extra time to think about all this for herself.
Can I mention one thing real quick?
Yeah.
You guys know who San Jose plays after this game, right?
Yeah, LAFC. They're gonna travel
At
down.
3 p.m. So you got to take that into consideration. Are they going to play their main guys when they know they got to play LAFC and they need to get points, and it's a 3 p.m. game?
Oh, that's a
and
good point.
And they've been playing, and they're in the middle of a stretch of games too. They've
Yes.
played like a couple games recently too, so they might have some tired legs. I mean, hopefully.
They
Right?
literally just played on Sunday night. So
Yeah.
that is true. Yeah.
Oh my God, you guys just gave William more time to think about who his first goal scorer is.
Poor
You
Shari,
guys,
she's like, get it done, people.
who's your?
It is Roro.
Oh, you're gonna do Roro too.
Oh, I imagine the whole stadium is just gonna. Whoa, everyone would be. Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, Teen.
I was actually kind of feeling the 2-1 score also, and I would love that to be us. So since this is just for fun anyways, I'll go for that. And I would also really like it to be Roro, but I'm not going to go with him. I think I'm going to stay with Gurr. because I
Yeah,
feel like Gur
Chris,
is due. So I'm gonna give some extra juju to Gur to get that first one in.
Is it going to be outside the box or inside the box?
Oh, for him outside for sure.
Yes.
With that foot, yeah.
Okay, so let me get this right. You're all in regulation 2-1. Both Ryan and William want Roro. I'm writing it all down so I can post it up. Okay. All right. And then Tina has Jacker. Okay. We're going to get this up on the screen here in a second. I've got
They were definitely positive, and we weren't as positive too.
Well,
No.
you guys
No,
had a good point
Yeah.
though. You guys are actually playing for points. We're not, so it's
Oh,
easier
yeah.
for us to kind of say,
Exactly.
"Hey, it's for fun," and we
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
want it to be us.
Yeah, we're getting pretty serious about this competition, as you heard Sharon on the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
So even though the thingy is on the bottom ticker thing, they're picking, you three are picking a 2-1 with us winning. It doesn't say with us winning. And then, okay. Alrighty. So there we go. And now, Luis, what do us naysayers say?
Well, I said a 2-2 tie. Roro scores the first one. We go to extra time. We go to PKs, but in PKs, that's where we get kicked out.
Okay. And then what did I say? You wrote
You
it down. I
said-
don't remember.
You said we lost 2-1 regulation, and Connor gets the first goal.
Okay, Condon. And the only goal, if it's 2-1, if
Yeah.
we lose in 2-1, Condon gets the only goal.
Right, yeah.
The question
just-
is, when does that happen? I don't remember if you said it. Is it a
Right.
tie, a win, when we're already losing? When does
Oh.
Connor score the goal?
Condon, second half.
Well, we're
He's-
down 2-0, or
Yeah, we're down
The
2-0,
tie.
and then
Oh,
Condon
okay.
brings it back in second half and scores.
Oh, it makes it so dramatic at the end, right? We're just
I know, right? Where you get your hopes up, and it's like, yes,
Yeah.
we're halfway back, and then we don't.
If-
we have 30 minutes.
Jared, what did you say? You had regulation.
No, actually,
No,
he
no,
said-
I had extra time.
Oh,
he had a
okay.
1-1 extra time, and then we also lose in PKs. We both
Okay.
me and him are PKs, and we lose in PKs.
Yeah.
Oh man, who was his first goal scorer?
I recall
Luther.
2015.
Oh, you
Luther.
had Luther. Okay.
Yeah, Luther was.
I
Let's
was
up
gonna
Jeremy.
type all that up, but it's if
Yeah.
it's not written down, then it's not true. So nobody can hold me to it.
Well, it's recorded. It was already recorded, so it's,
Ah.
I hope all of you are wrong.
We do too. We
I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Oh yeah. We hope we're please. Yeah, I don't care about the competition. It's-
Yeah.
I said it
Shit.
since day one. They could win the competition. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Hell, give me the L in that, please. I already got an L on my last name. I can make room for another.
You realize instead of a winning trophy for this thing, we're gonna have the L. We're gonna make an L, like a big old L. Give it to the loser. It's like you lost this season's competition, you L.
We do have to mention though that Martha Robinson actually did say that we win 3-2 and that Jagger would be
Oh.
scoring the first goal.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
Martha was positive on
The
on
optimist.
the show. So
Yeah, she was the optimist out of us at that time.
I think the loser has
Oh,
to take the
good
tape,
enough.
the tape dispenser.
Uh,
Oh, what's going
Is that
on?
what that is? It's a tape dispenser?
Yes, it's
Oh,
a scotch
wow.
Oh
tape.
my god.
Wow,
I
that's
mean, it's in an
pretty
L.
cool.
It's kind of an L shape.
Yeah, it is.
That
Yeah.
looks like a
Dude's
karate
face.
kick. That's a karate kick.
I think he went to St. Baldrick's. He went.
You know, that guy does look familiar now.
You were there.
I think he was a couple after me.
Oh, Jared, look at what Scott said, Jared.
This
Oh.
just for that, you're going to be making me 2 Irish trash cans next time I'm out there, sir.
So the
Oh.
question is, on that tape, that guy tape who did the kick, which Sacramento player would probably do a kick like that, the high rise?
Oh my God. Like a high kick or a
high
side
kick.
volley kick. Side volley kick. This has got to be Luis Felipe.
Yeah,
He's
that's what I was
probably the
thinking.
most flamboyant.
Yeah.
You know,
You
as
know,
far as,
even Jack Gerd too, because he's been trying him. It just hasn't
Yeah.
worked out. I could
Duke
see. It
occasionally
even kind of looks like
pulls
Jack.
stuff
Too.
out too.
Yeah,
Duke's
Who?
got some moves. Duke.
Duke.
He's got
Yeah.
some moves.
yeah, Duke is also a good one.
yeah. So anyhow,
Yeah, he even
No,
looks
this-
like Jack too. That's a
this
question.
tape-
Who does he
this
look
guy,
like?
this guy goes nowhere. This guy. Even if it's like, even if you lose, I'll probably have to find a new one because this guy is
Hey.
not. Yeah,
I think I see some dust on that tape.
you do. I refuse to use it. Oh my God, you have good eyes. Yeah, you do.
A little bit.
There's dust. This is the dusty room, right? Too many things. I'll just put this guy right back where he belongs. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring him out, but he's kind of he's an icon in this room. So,
Well,
and
just-
then go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to ask Ryan because when he was mentioning it earlier, I was getting really, really bad static. So you had mentioned about Arizona. I mean,
Yeah, I'm right here in Phoenix right now for IVF
Oh.
with my wife. So,
nice. If you need any tips or anything like that, just let me know.
Wait,
yeah.
not for IVF.
Not
you
for
don't-
IVF.
Yeah.
Not Wow.
You said
Wow.
He says he's here for IVF in
said
Arizona.
it.
You said if
Not-
you need any tips, let me
Not-
know. And it's like, no,
Not
Jared.
not that kind of tip. Good Lord.
bloopers
but you
live
walked
on-
into that.
Ha-
You
hash-
walked into that.
Hashtag SOTR after dark. Good Lord. I'm talking about like food or transportation. What? Oh, the UK has ruined you.
No, my cousins. We played Cards Against Humanity. It's so inappropriate.
Yeah,
I never played
yeah.
it last night, and you guys, oh my goodness, it is the most inappropriate game. One of my cousin's husband was with us too. We kept having to put him back outside so we could actually say some of the things. Yeah. It was there's so many inappropriate, or we wanted him to go outside. There were times where it's like, I can't say this in front of him. I can't say, well, no, I'm not going to say it. It's not
Yeah,
appropriate.
I don't have a beep here, so unless
Right. You'll just have to imagine the beep.
One thing I
Yeah.
want to say real quick before I forget.
Yeah.
I hope Jeremy and Bosi, I can never say his last name right, for San Jose, used to play for the Timbers. I hope he has tired legs because the way that guy's been running in his lines, running when he gets the ball, he's going to be the one that either doesn't do well or he's going to kill us because he's too good in the front. I think he's always been good. So, I hope not.
Yeah, we said that about Cade Cowell as well. Look at you.
I'm not worried as much about him. He's still growing. I'm
Oh my
worried about
God.
Jeremy. That's who
Okay.
I'm worried about.
All right.
Yeah. Well, that's happening tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Gates open at 6:30 p.m. So be there early because the line for those $2 beer, sodas, and waters is going to be pretty long. So I think it's everyone's best to actually be there earlier. Otherwise, you might be
Especially
there
if
for
they
long.
really are sold out.
Oh yeah, exactly. And then for those of us that are out of the market tomorrow, such as Ryan and myself, there's always ESPN Plus.
Mhm. Yeah, the Mickey Mouse channel. Yeah.
Or maybe me and you might meet up and go watch the game. Oh.
Oh yeah, yes. I'm sure.
What?
You can give me some tips.
Do a watch party.
The only tips I'm giving physically are try tips.
Okay.
Oh.
Go.
Oh, this is a good one.
As in edible. Not that kind of edible.
Oh,
But
SOTR after dark.
no, no, I already had enough of that on Friday. but you know, we'll see, because I log out from work at 6 out here in the West Valley, so who knows? We'll see.
We'll see.
Well, yeah, hopefully it is sold out, like we said. And if it is, just be on the lookout for us. Podcast stickers. Sharon and I always have them with us, so just let us know, and we'll give you some stickers. Or if you're planning on traveling and you want to do some sticker slaps, so please slap responsibly. Let us know. We'll give you more. So.
You guys should give me some at the game, if we can remember. I'm going to be in San Diego next weekend.
What?
Or next week.
Nice. Yes, we need to give you a bunch.
Oh, great. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have some? Bring extras, Luis.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll have a lot of extra ones so we can hand them out there.
Okay.
But
cool.
Also, by the way, one more thing too. If anyone didn't hear the podcast interview or talk Connor had with Cameron Iwasa, he did mention, and they haven't mentioned it yet. I'm sure they're probably going to do it tomorrow, or they might not do it. It might just be when you get there. First 5,000 fans get a rally towel. So that should be really cool.
Oh,
and,
man.
I mean, rally towels are really cool.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
Oh, Scott said he thinks Oakland needs to be sticker bombed. Well, Scott, we'll give you a good stack if you remind us tomorrow, and we'll make sure to give you that. So if you want to help with that.
Just not on the BART trains or at the BART stations. They do have cameras.
Yeah, that's fine. So we say slap responsibly, please. You got it. Okay, cool. Yeah, just let us know. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Thanks to all of our awesome guests here for being on, and also again for Villyan for hopping on earlier. We really appreciate that, and we appreciate everyone's support. So have a great night, everyone. We'll see you at the game tomorrow, or enjoy watching it on TV, and let's hope for the best. So let's go Republic.
Go Republic.
Go Republic.
LFG.
JFDI.
TIPS.
Oh.